Good morning, welcome to day 42 of my Munro challenge. Today I'm walking route number 48. I've parked on a rough lay-by, parking near Anashallock station. Today I intend to walk 2 Munros, Beinn, Mhor, the grey hill, the big grey hill, and Sgorr, Ruadh, which is the red peak. It's poor forecast really, going to be rain and cloud, so probably not a lot to see today, but let's make the most of it, eh? Wow, very moody and atmospheric looking up there, isn't it? So they've very kindly put a way marker in for us, taking us down to the Beinn, to the path. I take it down there, many people would probably follow it up into the forest, which I believe is a dead end. Still looking very moody up there, isn't it? Awesome. So I'm not sure whether this sign is vandalised or not, but I get the impression you need permission to be up here between the 15th of September and the 20th of October due to deer stalking. There's a phone number there on the sign. Luckily it's the 11th of September, so I'm just outside, so I'm okay. So here we are at the cairn which marks the crossroads in the path. We're heading over here. The idea is to cut up the side. I can see a faint path zigzagging over the shoulder, and then we're going to go up the top, along the top, right across, round through the cloud, back over the top of the second Munro, which is in the cloud over there, back down into that col, and zigzag around the col, back down this path, back to here. That's the plan. So here's another big cairn telling us to turn left, and I can see a path pretty much cutting straight up through that scree. Looks very steep to get into the shoulder. So it is quite a good path, very well worn, but also extremely steep. So here we are to this shelter. A way to go yet, but a nice big stony shelter here at the top of the scree slope. Now the path turns onto this grassy bank now. So I think we've done the lion's share of climbing. So here we are, Beinn, Liath, Mhor, and that was really rugged, much more rugged and up and down than I was expecting for a ridge walk. I've walked the ridge with a chap called Simon from Aberdeen Mountaineering Club. Bizarrely, Simon is from where I lived for the last 15 years, in that small world. Quite a definite path, very definite path coming off down this scree, very rocky, as it has been this whole traverse really along the ridge. Huge boulders and slabs to get down. Very intricate walk. Navigation's been very difficult. Now, pleased to see that I'm at the Lochen, which I was hoping to be at, and the footpath for the next Munro starts at the back of this Lochen, so still on track, just. So there's the Lochen, and here's a cairn at the side of it with a path rising sharply up into the mist, and I think that's us. So we're pathless and we're in a massive, very rough, quartzy, bouldery, screey field, so just need to take a bearing and aim to the top, I think. So it's turned into a scramble now then. very rocky towards the top. So this is the top of Sgorr Ruadh. That was quite a scramble. Definitely hands, feet, knees getting over that last section. So I'm back on the this stalker's path now. It was quite a tricky navigation there. To say, I can't say I kept to the track. I went wrong slightly coming down, and I've had to navigate my way back to this path and this mist. We're on the path now, so should take us down to the river crossing and the cairn that I videoed earlier today. Looking back up the track that we're coming down, and we just dropped below the clouds, and look at that, we're getting views at last. At last. Thoroughly enjoyed walking with Simon, in good company. Simon's getting his camera out as well. Nice to see a view. So here's the river that can be impassable in spate. So it's been raining all day today, and that wasn't too bad. We've got some nice little stepping stones there, so I've got across quite easily. Hi, welcome to day 42 of my Munros challenge. Today I walked route number 48. It's Saturday the 11th of September. The walk started quite nicely, very nice, decent path, right the way up until the second and the last cairn basically, where you turn left and the path starts to ramp. Still well walked path, but it rises very steeply, and the way becomes quite rocky and scree and rugged, which is the story of probably the rest of the walk. Right the way up until there's like a shelter, a cairn shelter at the top of the path, where it levels off to the start of the ridge walk, at which point it becomes up and down, let's say. I'm absolutely flabbergasted at this ridge. It was amazing. I just wasn't expecting it to be as rugged and as bouldery and as difficult. It was up and it was down. There was pinnacles. There was all sorts on it. It was a very technical ridge to walk on. It went on quite a way, a good 2, maybe 3 kilometres, until you actually got to the high point, and there were several to the Munros, and there were several high points along the way. Once you got to Beinn Mhor, the nav became quite difficult, extremely difficult, I'd say, all the way down the descent and all the way back up to Sgorr Ruadh. It was very tricky. The descent was steep, it was rocky, it was scree, it was bouldery, it was scrambly. It was difficult to work out exactly where you were on the map. And I think it descended for something between 300 and 400 metres, so it was quite a long descent. And then there was an equally difficult ascent up to Sgorr Ruadh. You know, very faint track indeed, if at all you was on it, and again scrambly, scree. It was just a difficult day in terms of the footing and the navigation. I have to say, I tried my hardest to get lost on the descent, but I did find the stalker's path eventually. But it wasn't as straightforward as I'd wanted. It's 2 amazing mountains, absolutely fabulous day. I'm gutted that I didn't get to see them in all their glory, because I think this could have been spectacular. Great day. I did 13.5 miles today. I was out there for 8 hours, and there's a massive 4,704 feet of climbing. 2 beautiful mountains.